Do you think men went to the moon?
No, I think it's a load of.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a refreshing answer. What makes you think it's then, as you put it?
Because the flag, there's no wind on the moon apparently, and in the actual video footage, the flag is waving. So I feel like it was filmed in a studio.
You're not wrong. I was
Oh,
going to
there's
get there.
definitely no wind in a vacuum. I know
What
that.
you've got around Earth is black, right?
Yeah, the void of space. Yeah,
Right. So what's the void of space? It's a vacuum, right?
it's a vacuum, emptiness, really, isn't it?
Right. So if you were on the moon potentially, what would you need to survive on the moon?
No, definitely some kind of oxygen mask of some sort,
Why?
because you wouldn't think that there would be oxygen on the moon's atmosphere, would you? For a human being to survive, we need a lot of oxygen, don't we?
Okay, so you're going to need a tank of oxygen.
Yeah, at least
Okay,
the tank.
but could it not have a wheelbarrow of oxygen?
No, because a wheelbarrow isn't contained in an enclosed container.
So what you're saying is I need a spacesuit that's contained to keep the oxygen inside the suit, right?
Yeah,
So as you're in that contained suit on the moon, that you obviously think we can travel to potentially, but they didn't go to, they lied, right?
yeah.
When you're looking back on Earth from the moon, what's containing the gas on Earth?
So you got the nitrogen, oxygen, and other things in the atmosphere.
But like the spacesuit, what's containing the gas on Earth?
Only oxygen, isn't it? Is
So
it?
what's containing it?
I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Not nitrogen, no.
No, that's one of the gases. Like you said, we couldn't have a wheelbarrow because the gas would
Hmm.
all get out, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So we'd need to have a container to keep the gas in. So
that's true.
so as we're looking back on this blue marble Earth from the moon that we can definitely go to, what's keeping the gas on the blue marble?
Because you would think it would escape somewhere, wouldn't you?
It's a law of nature called the second law of thermodynamics. Describes gas dispersing into vacuums.
You would think it would have to go somewhere, wouldn't you? At least escape somewhere.
Yeah, it leaves us with only one conclusion. If the sky was a vacuum, the gas we're breathing would fill the space and we'd all be dead.
Yeah, because it would be too much pressure, wouldn't it?
We wouldn't have any pressure. The pressure would
No.
just go into space.
Hmm.
So,
True.
so space is fake. There isn't any space to travel to the moon through. Yeah, that was part of the religion you were lied to about when you were in school. They told you were on a ball and that ball was in a vacuum, but the gas would fill the space. We'd all be dead.
True.
Would you want to know something else there?
Go on.
Well, the idea itself that you are on a ball comes from base measurements of a flat Earth.
Yeah.
So, in order to create a ball in that religion that you were taught in school, you first measure the Earth flat to get angles to the stars to make the ball that you were taught in school. So, to get to the ball, you first measure Earth flat.
Most possibly.
Well, definitely, that's how it's measured.
Hmm.
Do you want an example?
Go on.
You ever heard of latitude and longitude?
Yeah.
That measurement is a flat Earth angle to the star Polaris. If you imagine you're looking out your window and you can see Polaris,
Yeah.
if you measured the angle that you can see that star, that's your latitude. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's just a flat Earth angle measurement to the star Polaris that gives us that system on the maps. Have you never wondered
That's
why
right.
all the maps are flat?
Yeah, all the maps are flat, yeah. That's
But
right.
have you ever wondered why?
Maybe because it's easier to measure, maybe.
That's because that's how it's measured
Yeah.
precisely. That's because Earth is flat.
Most possibly.
Most
Could be
definitely,
right.
that's how it's measured.
Good point.
By sustainable by design, it just defines what an altitude angle measurement is. So when you're measuring latitude, you're measuring something called an altitude angle, which is just the
Yeah.
angle I described. So you've got the ground and the angle to the star. Well, in that definition, it says the altitude angle, sometimes described as solar elevation angle, describes how the sun appears in the sky. The angle is measured between the imaginary line of sight between the observer and the sun and the horizontal plane the observer is standing on. That's how you measure altitude angles, like latitude.
Yeah.
Definitely. Earth is measured flat.
That's it. You might be right there then.
I am. Definitely. Not might be. Right, you
Well,
might see yourself
yeah.
on YouTube, mate. What's your name?
Connor,
It's been a pleasure chatting with you. You're not on a ball in a sky vacuum. Earth's measured flat.
interesting conversation. I like conversations like that.
Space is fake. The sky's not a vacuum.
All right.
Have a
Okay.
great day.
Very good. You have a great day too. Thank you.